Imagine being a member of the British royal family, carrying an official title, working a regular office job, and yet still living a lifestyle that many of the world's wealthiest people would envy. That is the image often associated with Princess Eugenie. While she has successfully built a career outside of full-time royal duties, reports suggest her life still includes access to exclusive events, luxury fashion, international travel, and prestigious properties. Those reports have sparked an ongoing debate about how modern royals balance private careers with lives of extraordinary privilege. For years, Princess Eugenie has been viewed as one of the more private members of the extended royal family. Unlike senior working royals, she has pursued her own professional path while maintaining a lower public profile. Even so, recent reports and renewed public interest have prompted fresh questions about the costs associated with that lifestyle and how it has been supported over the years. What unfolds next inside the palace is bigger than any single headline, especially when examining the reports surrounding her travel, security arrangements, luxury lifestyle, and the financial questions that have attracted increasing attention from royal commentators. As always, separating confirmed facts from speculation is essential, but what has actually been reported carries a weight that is hard to ignore. One of the earliest controversies connected to Princess Eugenie's expenses reportedly dates back to the period right after she completed her education. While many young graduates celebrate with modest holidays or backpacking adventures, media reports claimed Eugenie's gap year looked very different. According to those reports, her travels included destinations such as the United States, India, South Africa, and parts of Southeast Asia, allowing her to experience several countries before beginning the next stage of her career. However, the travel itself was only part of the discussion. According to published reports, Princess Eugenie was accompanied by official security personnel throughout much of the trip. Royal protection is not unusual for members of the family, but commentators noted that the reported costs quickly became a subject of intense public debate. Some estimates suggested that providing security during the extended journey cost well into six figures, although the exact amount has never been officially confirmed. But here is where the story takes a sharper turn, leaving many to wonder if there was a growing divide between the York sisters and the senior royals, particularly amidst whispers of resentment from William and Catherine because Eugenie appeared to side openly with Harry and Meghan. Eugenie even appeared in their high-profile Netflix documentary, having visited them at their home in California. The reports of her gap year expenses prompted criticism from some members of the public who questioned whether such massive payouts were appropriate for a royal who was not carrying out official engagements at the time. According to royal commentators, the issue became part of a broader conversation about how security should be managed for non-working members of the royal family and who should ultimately cover those costs. Several reports have claimed that senior members of the royal household later reviewed those arrangements as part of wider efforts to control spending. While many details remain private, commentators have suggested that changes were made over time regarding publicly funded protection for certain royals. According to those reports, any adjustments meant that additional security arrangements would need to be handled through private means when necessary. Today, Princess Eugenie continues to divide her time between Britain and Portugal, where she and her family have reportedly spent extended periods in recent years. According to media reports, the Portuguese residence is located within an exclusive coastal development popular with affluent residents and international visitors. Whether viewed as a practical family choice or another example of royal privilege, her lifestyle continues to attract attention. The question remains, how long can this level of comfort stay out of the public crosshairs? Princess Eugenie's lifestyle has often attracted attention because it combines a private career with the visibility that comes from being a member of the royal family. According to media reports, she continues to travel internationally while balancing family life and professional commitments, with security arrangements remaining an important consideration. Although many of those arrangements are private, discussions surrounding the costs of royal protection have continued to fuel public interest for years. As reports about security expenses gradually faded from the headlines, another topic began attracting just as much attention: her evolving public image. Critics have pointed out that Eugenie's wedding guest list was filled with controversial figures alongside film stars she had never met, sparking claims that the family operates by laundering reputations through charity to enhance their social position and business connections. Royal fashion commentators have frequently pointed to Princess Eugenie's dramatic style transformation over the past decade, describing it as one of the most noticeable changes among members of the extended royal family. What began as a period of heavy criticism eventually turned into widespread praise for her increasingly polished appearances. Much of that attention can be traced back to 2011 when Princess Eugenie attended the wedding of Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales. Her outfit, particularly the distinctive fascinator she wore, quickly became one of the most talked about fashion moments of the event. Newspapers, television programs, and social media users debated the look extensively, with many commentators offering harsh criticism. The reaction was so widespread that it became a defining moment in discussions about royal fashion. According to several published accounts, both Princess Eugenie and her sister, Princess Beatrice, found the intense media attention deeply upsetting. Reports have claimed that the level of criticism they received after the wedding took an emotional toll, reminding many observers of the extraordinary pressure that comes with living under constant public scrutiny. Every appearance, every photograph, and every fashion choice can instantly become global news. In the years that followed, many fashion writers observed a remarkable change in Eugenie's style. According to reports, she gradually replaced the outfits that had once drawn criticism with designs from some of the world's most respected luxury fashion houses. Her appearances became increasingly refined, and she was regularly photographed wearing pieces from designers including Fendi, Vivienne Westwood, and other internationally recognized brands. Royal commentators also noted her growing presence at major fashion events, including Paris Fashion Week, where she has been seen attending shows alongside celebrities, designers, and influential figures from the luxury industry. Supporters viewed this transformation as a reflection of growing confidence and personal style, while others questioned the cost of maintaining such a high-profile wardrobe. But underneath the glamour, another question was quietly being raised about why they received grace and favor accommodations within royal palaces when they performed no official duties. Princess Eugenie's fashion transformation continued, and several of her public appearances became major talking points among royal watchers. One of the most widely discussed came during Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee celebrations, where she appeared in an elegant, wine-colored silk dress by designer Roxanda. According to published reports, the dress carried a price tag of nearly $2,000, immediately drawing attention from both fashion critics and royal commentators. While luxury clothing is not unusual at high-profile royal events, the cost once again sparked debate about the lifestyle associated with members of the extended royal family. Media reports have also suggested that Princess Eugenie's wardrobe now includes a substantial collection of designer clothing, jewelry, and accessories accumulated over many years. Although the exact value has never been publicly confirmed, commentators have estimated that her collection could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Supporters argue that many of these pieces are long-term investments or items worn repeatedly, while critics question whether such an image aligns with the more modern, relatable role often associated with younger royals. As her public image evolved, so did questions about the financial realities behind maintaining such a polished appearance. Royal commentators noted that many of the outfits she wore at major events came from internationally recognized luxury brands, with individual pieces often carrying price tags well beyond the reach of the average household. Whether purchased personally, borrowed for events, or acquired through other arrangements has not always been publicly disclosed, leaving room for ongoing speculation. Even so, the discussion surrounding her wardrobe would soon be overshadowed by an even bigger event, her wedding to Jack Brooksbank in 2018. Many members of the public expected a relatively modest ceremony, particularly because Princess Eugenie was not a senior working royal. Instead, the wedding became one of the year's most widely watched royal occasions, attracting global media coverage and enormous public interest. According to several published estimates, the overall cost of the celebration reached into the millions of pounds. Although the exact figure has never been officially confirmed, reports suggested that security, logistics, floral displays, music, and the large-scale organization of the event all contributed to the substantial overall expense. The scale of the wedding prompted renewed discussion about the costs associated with royal celebrations and how they are funded, creating an embarrassing contrast for Eugenie, who had been running a charity dedicated to anti-slavery. One of the most memorable features of the day was Princess Eugenie's custom wedding gown, created by designers Peter Pilato and Christopher DeVos. The dress was widely praised for its elegant design and for intentionally revealing the scar from the surgery she underwent as a child to treat scoliosis. Many commentators viewed that choice as a powerful message promoting body confidence and raising awareness of the condition. At the same time, media reports estimating the value of the gown generated fresh headlines, illustrating once again how every aspect of royal life continues to attract extraordinary public attention. The reported costs associated with Princess Eugenie's wedding did not end with the dress. According to various media reports, the celebration included an elaborate reception, extensive floral displays, and a guest list filled with members of the royal family, celebrities, and close friends. As details emerged, royal commentators began examining just how much it may have taken to stage an event of that scale, and the figures quickly became a major topic of public discussion. Several reports estimated that the catering alone cost well into six figures, reflecting the size and prestige of the occasion. Commentators noted that Eugenie might have played the entire situation better than others by choosing to move to Portugal, setting up a life with more distance from the drama surrounding Prince Andrew, and projecting a more down-to-earth image. Even so, the floral arrangements decorating St. George's Chapel also attracted widespread attention, with published estimates suggesting they required an enormous investment. The couple also arrived and departed in iconic vehicles closely associated with the royal family. Princess Eugenie traveled to the ceremony in a vintage Rolls-Royce that had previously been used by Queen Elizabeth II, while she and Jack Brooksbank later left in a classic Aston Martin. These touches added another layer of royal tradition to the day, reinforcing the sense of history surrounding the event. As impressive as the ceremony appeared, it also reignited a familiar debate about how a non-working royal could be associated with such an elaborate celebration. Yet perhaps the most remarkable feature of the entire wedding was not the venue, the reception, or even the designer gown. It was an extraordinary piece of royal history loaned straight from the vault. According to reports, she was loaned the magnificent Greville Emerald Kokoshnik tiara from the late Queen Elizabeth II's collection. The historic tiara, featuring brilliant diamonds set alongside striking emeralds, is considered one of the most spectacular pieces in the royal jewelry collection. Although experts rarely place firm values on such historic royal jewels, many have suggested that a piece of this significance would be worth many millions of pounds if it were ever offered on the open market. More importantly, however, the tiara represents something money cannot easily measure, a direct connection to generations of royal history. Its appearance on Princess Eugenie's wedding day reminded viewers that beyond the headlines about costs and luxury, royal ceremonies remain deeply rooted in centuries of tradition and symbolism. The luxury did not end with the tiara. Reports indicate that Princess Eugenie also wore emerald earrings given to her by Jack Brooksbank as a wedding gift. Together, the jewelry created one of the most memorable royal wedding appearances in recent years. Since then, royal fashion watchers have continued to follow Eugenie's jewelry choices at major public events. During the coronation of King Charles III, for example, commentators highlighted a pair of diamond earrings she wore that were reported to come from a prestigious luxury jeweler, carrying a price tag of tens of thousands of pounds. Perhaps the most personal item in Princess Eugenie's collection, however, is her engagement ring. According to reports, Jack Brooksbank selected a rare Pudparadsha sapphire from Sri Lanka rather than choosing a traditional diamond. The unusual gemstone is admired for its distinctive blend of pink and orange tones,